Welcome back to Sprint 2 CDK Mobile Application Development. This slide describes the sprint start date, end date, and the team members and their roles. This is our user stories which covered in Sprint 2 and their estimate hours and completion status. Each and every user story completed 80%. This is a sample working application. Our client Sadaf has approved and appreciated our development, and she suggested some changes in the next sprint. These are the suggestions for next sprint. Let's move to the individual contribution. Before starting the design and implementation using both manual and automation, I started to learn test automation architecture. It is a set of tools and rules that helps testers write and run automated tests. It connects with different systems like application being tested, project tools, test tools, and CI/CD pipelines. The framework includes features to create tests, run them, and get result. It also helps test work with different parts of app by using adapters or APIs. This makes testing faster, easier, and more reliable. Jira is a powerful tool used for project management and defect tracking. Help teams plan, track, and manage tasks and bugs efficiently throughout the software development lifecycle. AIO Test is a Jira plugin used for test management, allowing teams to create, manage, execute, and track test cases directly within Jira, supporting end-to-end testing and integration with Agile frameworks. For configuration management, I did environment setup especially with Appium and CI/CD pipeline with GitHub. In next step, I studied about how to code in test automation framework. That test generation, definition, execution should be follow the TAF layer architecture like test scripts, business logic, and core libraries. The core libraries should communicate with basic logic, and basic logic should communicate with test scripts. For test generation and definition, I used a Java Maven project with Eclipse ideally, and use TestNG framework for test annotations and test reports. For the selected 3DK mobile application to test its core functionalities on both Android and iOS, using Appium, I created test scripts to automate user interfaces like login, navigation, and form submission. This helps ensure the app works as expected and reduce the time to spend on manual testing. So from this analysis, I found Appium is a perfect app for this project. I needed some adapters to run the test. The first one is Android Studio. It helps me to run the test. The second one is Appium Inspector. It helps me a lot to track the accessibility identifiers by its XPath, class, and more data. Let's see a sample pilot testing for homepage. This is the exclusive workspace for Java application. We use TestNG as a framework for testing. Here, Maven project has the proper repositories such as main, testing, JRE system libraries, Maven, JUnit, TestNG framework, and POM XML files. Now we are going to execute the home file. So I'm selecting the home file and run it. Home Java is only one class for home page testing, but there are so many different pages and classes for the testing. I only demonstrated with home page Java. Let's see the output when we run the Android emulator. This is the output. for the before test cases. Finally, I studies what are the advantages, disadvantages, and limitations of test automation. I found that each and every test case cannot be automated. Thank you.